let's start by talking about going from a decimal to a percent. Look inside that arrow. What does it say? That is what you do. You take 0.48 and you multiply it by 100, and you'll get your answer. That's it. But I have a trick. So you don't have to multiply by 100 every time. Multiplying by 100 is the exact same thing as something else. Connor? How many spaces? Why? And why the number 2? Why not 3 or 1? Okay, you're definitely on the right track. Emery?
100 has 2 zeros.
Perfect. So I am moving it 2 spaces because 100 has 2 zeros. So right down here, we're going to write move decimal 2 place values. And should it go to the right or to the left?
Right.
To the right. So when we go from a decimal to a percent, we're going to move 2 place values right, or 2 spaces right. So here's what I mean by that. Put your decimal on the 48. I want to move it 2 spaces. That's 1 spot. That's 2 spots. Do you see how I have 2 loops? So what's my number now? And what do I need to add to my answer? I need to add that percent sign in. That is all it is. All you have to do is move 2 spaces to the right. Eva. Cool.
Not hard.
So let's do the same thing here, guys. I've got 0.08. How many spaces do I move my decimal?
2.
To what direction? So I go 1, 2, and as Eva said, it should look like butt cheeks. So what's my percentage? Do I need that 0 in front of the 8, you guys? No. If I leave it, am I wrong? No, you just don't need it. Okay, what about this next one? Do we see our decimal point? How many spaces do we move it? What direction? So what is my percentage? Yep. Questions on that? All right, let's go from percent to a decimal. So now I'm reversing what I just did. So if I reverse what I just did, what am I going to do, Jace? Excellent. So move decimal 2 place values left. But I see 97%. I don't see a decimal. Where in the world is that decimal at right now? Sam? Why? Excellent. Nice job, Sam. Okay. If you do not see a decimal, it is always, 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 always at the end. So I place my decimal, and what do I do with it? Move it how many spaces? To what direction? So what's my answer? Should I put that 0 in front of my decimal? Yes. Do you have to? You have to, sorry. Do you have to put that 0 there? No, but make it a habit, okay, guys? That 0 should be there. Got it? All right, 9%. Where's my decimal at, everyone? And how many spaces do I move my decimal? What direction? 1, 2. Huh. I see something. What do I do, Hank? Add a 0. If there is an empty spot, you need to add a 0 to it. So I added a 0. So what's my answer, everyone? Last one. Where's my decimal located? My decimal's after that 5. It's at the end. How many spaces do I move my decimal? 2. And in what direction? 1. Which means my answer is 1.1. Questions? Okay, right here. Go to this problem up in the corner. Going from a decimal to a percent. Everyone give me that answer right by that arrow. Write it on your paper. You're going from a decimal to a percent. A decimal to a percent. Okay, do we see our decimal? How many spaces do I move this decimal? To what direction? Which means my percentage is 30.04%. I'm not getting rid of any zeros. I don't change anything up. I'm literally moving a decimal, putting a percentage sign. Is that understood? Other side. 3.03. Change that to a percent for me. Where's my decimal? Okay, it's between that 3 and the 0. Does everyone see it? How many spaces do I move my decimal? How many times? Twice. To what direction? So what's my answer? But we would all like to see that, right? Questions on decimal to percent. Okay, go up to the top where it says 7% and change that to a decimal. Change 7% to a decimal. What? Where's my decimal? How many spaces do I move it? To what direction? What's my answer then? Excellent. Last one. Go back to the other side. 132%. Change that to a decimal. Where's my decimal at, everyone? Behind that 2. How many spaces do I move it? And in what direction? Left, which means my answer is what? What questions do I have? Do you notice it's the same thing over and over and over again? That process is not going to change.